and then just dodge the sheep in the road. Can be a bit of waiting. We just try and get through this water. That was just a quick stop at the Matjiesrivier Nature Reserve office, so we continue with this trip, which I'm actually looking very much forward to. It is a trip that's going to take us all the way to Wuppertal, which is not very far away. From here it is, I think, only about, 38 kilometers or so. Let me just make this turn here. It's quite a tight turn. The first stop I want to make on this route is at Eselbank. And there is quite a spectacular waterfall at Eselbank, and I want to go and check it out. But I know that the next 35 kilometers or so is going to be spectacular riding, and I'm looking forward to experiencing this beauty also for the remainder of the trip today. I regard this as a bit of a smaller back road, and there's quite a few steep ups and downs on this route. Yeah, this road I think is going to be a bit slower riding, but it's all good. This total distance is quite short for this trip. It should make it well in time for my overnight stay. You can see there's a distinct style of buildings in this area. If you look at this farm building here in front, beautiful white thatched roof buildings. It looks like this public road is going straight through these farm buildings. It is indeed a bit of slow going, but I'm just loving it. I mean, these roads are giving a bit of a challenge. Let me stand up a bit, it makes it a bit easier. Having to stay a bit focused here. Sorry for being so quiet. I must say this day is proving to be an excellent day for riding. Although it is the 1st of February, it is at the height of the summer, and this area can get particularly hot in February, so seeing temperatures above 40 degrees is very common this time of the year. But the temperature today is not hitting 30 degrees even. Perfect conditions for riding. Yo, this is beautiful. I wonder if you can see this beautiful valley down here. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. Yo, this is just a stunning view down this valley here. Yo, this little road remains quite tough. See, you get these stones and then there's like softer sandy parts in between. But it surely makes for great riding. It looks like this little white house is built in the road. So the road makes a very sharp turn just before the house. Yo. Yeah, so this is, I think, driving almost through the river, but it is a bit of a concrete track. Oh, it was a bit of a concrete track. Oh, sandy, sandy, sandy. Once you start losing your balance in sand, it is very difficult. Yeah, as if the back wheel wants to dig in a bit. I made it. I think the thing with sand, if you ride too slow, then it becomes more difficult, but if you're a bit fast, you can lose control to such an extent that you cannot regain. The balance I will still have to figure out a bit. And of course, the pressure in the tires is a bit too hard for sand like that. Oh, suddenly turning into the mountain. Well, if this is not wilderness or wilderness area, then I don't know what is. Sure. This river is completely dry now. I've seen this flow quite strongly in the past. Okay, here is a little bit of water. So making quite slow progress. It's still 6.2 kilometers away from Eselbank Waterfall, and it's already past 5 in the afternoon. It's a long day of riding again because I started from Cape Town about 6:30 this morning. It takes time to do these roads, but it just means that there's many hours of enjoyment that goes into this. Okay, now it is the loose, stony part. Ooh, this is a bit of dancing on the road, never mind riding. No, this road has all the conditions you can think of. Maybe the only one missing is mud and snow, but the rest is there. I'm really struggling with this. As long as I stay on top of the bike, I will be fine, even if this doesn't look very nice the way I do it. I'm sure the professionals will have lots of tips on what I should do. But I'm still going. But yeah, this is the sandy entrance to the town of Eselbank. Slipping and sliding into Eselbank. Eselbank continues on this side. Just need to cross the river. It's probably the Eselbank River. And then just dodge the sheep in the road. Yeah, so can be a bit of waiting. We just try and get through this water. Okay, I think we actually entered Eselbank now. A neat little dusty town. Yeah, one just wonders what it is like to stay in a town like Eselbank. It is really remote, but in one of the most beautiful areas. But it must be difficult as well when you're just so far away from easy accessible amenities and, well, just shops and so on. But it certainly makes for a fascinating ride through. Yeah, so the waterfall seems like the arrow is pointing this way, so let's just go and have a look. This seems to be the end of the road. Let me just check whether I can see anything that looks like a waterfall. No, this is extremely deep down. I suspect that this might be part of the waterfall. I can hear water running down, and I can imagine water coming off from that side and then forming quite a strong cascading waterfall down. Let's push on to Wupperthal. So I made it back to the main Wupperthal Eselbank road. Let's continue on this road. Yo, these beautiful rocks here. This is just amazingly beautiful. The road is squeezing through here between these rocks. Just taking it very slowly. It seems like it's crossing that steep hill over there, but first to negotiate a few more sandy patches. Seems I'm not going to go past second gear on these roads. Yeah, but just look at these rock formations. I will never get tired of this. Maybe this is not everybody's cup of tea, but I will never get tired of this. Well, I can do nothing here but ride at this speed, which is almost too fast for me in sand. I don't know how these professional riders do it, but I find this quite difficult. Up. See what I mean? Let me just try and get out here. That's it. Sure. To me, this is theater. Yo. We are now quickly on our way going down to the town of Wupperthal. What is deep down here? This is fun. Yo, can you see Wuppertal there in the front? I think the sun is just at an angle where it is actually a shiny town there down in the valley. Oh, they're just coming to drink some water. Look how beautiful it is here. So we're really entering Wuppertal on the back road here. So I will go a bit for a ride through Wuppertal. So let's start here with the main buildings in town. Wuppertal is a Moravian church mission town, and it is of course well known for its beautiful little white houses. There's the Wuppertal Cafe. The thatched roof houses is quite prominent here in Wuppertal. So that is Wukka se winkel, quite a famous cafe here in Wuppertal. So there in front you can see the church of Wuppertal. And the post office. I suppose this is the rectory where the pastor stays. The town of Wuppertal had quite a disaster on 30 December 2018. A fire destroyed more than 200 houses in this little town. Luckily, some of these historical buildings, like the church, did not get caught by the fire, but many of the buildings in front of us and also the houses where I will make a bit of a detour got burned down completely. And you can still see the remnants of this fire on these big palm trees. I mean, you can just see the blackened barks here. This is now, what is it, 6 years ago that this has happened. But it seems like the trees are still alive, so that's good. But it was a big disaster for the town, and it took the community, I would believe, quite an effort to recover from it. Most of the houses of Wuppertal is actually on that side of the town. So let's just go for a drive down to appreciate some of these beautiful houses. Yeah, so these houses have all, or most of them, have been beautifully restored, retaining the thatched roofs. It's so beautiful. But yeah, it must have been quite a disaster. I've seen some of the photos and it was quite a devastation. So the town stretches out quite a distance in this direction. And so now we're one of the upper roads. But one sometimes miss this part of Wuppertal. You tend to go to the church, maybe the shop, but this is the actual town where the community is based. And I think where most of the character of the town is embedded. So this is the one house I think that was left as it was after the fire. You cannot imagine that most of the town looked like this when this fire came through. Or is it now almost 6 years ago? Okay, must just make the steep descent again here to get out of Wuppertal. We are almost getting to the end of this trip. I'm going to stay at Mertenhof Guest Farm tonight, and this is another 18 kilometers past Wuppertal. The beautiful ride continues. I must say, I'm looking forward now to getting off the bike a bit and resting for the evening. I started riding already 6:30 this morning, and it's now going for 6:30 in the evening, so it's been quite a long day, but I loved it. We are making now steady progress because this road is beautiful that I'm riding on now. Only about 12 kilometers to go to Mertenhof Guest Farm. Okay, I was not recording, but this camera completely broke off and fell in a ditch next to the road. But yeah, it seems to be okay. It's just this clamp that has broken, so it's obviously not steady enough. Yeah, let me rather put this one away then. Yeah, and I also didn't film it when I turned around now. For some reason the bike fell over. It's the first time ever it was lying on its side, so it was a bit of a challenge for me to just pick it up. But also that wasn't a problem. Just shows you how quickly things can happen. Mertenhof Guest Farm has some self-catering accommodation. They give bed, breakfast and dinner. They also have a very nice campsite. Very friendly people. Mariette Libbe, she's the lady from Mertenhof. Contacted her before I came on this trip to ask whether she will be able to just provide me with a bed and dinner for the night, and she said no problem. She's keeping a place for me, so it should be a very pleasant evening to just stay here. Yeah, feeling quite tired. It was a long day, but I loved it, and it certainly made for wonderful motorcycle riding with the CRF 300 Rally. Okay, I need to turn in here, Mertenhof. I think that is Mariette. Mariette! Dankie, jy gewonder of ek nog kom? Jy weet, mense vat gewoonlik langer as wat hulle dink om hierdie paaie te ry. Ag nee, baie dankie. Yeah, so now you immediately saw Mariette, so you can see she's ready for me. Just opening up the space for parking the motorcycle. Jo, ry oor jou mooi gras. Okay. I'm here. Yeah, so as you've seen, I made it safely to Mertenhof, and I was received by Mariette Libbe here. So after 2 fantastic cold drinks, I'm feeling much better already. I hope you enjoyed the trip with me. Tomorrow morning I will continue all the way to Glen William and beyond. But thank you very much for joining me on this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. And then until the next trip, goodbye.